Let's take a couple moments and we'll walk through the subwoofer settings on Pioneer's MVH-X380BT. So the first thing we're going to do is turn the head unit off and check out the initial settings. So right now we're on the AM/FM tuner, but I want to turn it off. Press and hold the source button for a couple of seconds to switch the head unit off. I can still see the clock on the screen, that's okay, but the head unit is switched off right now. And we'll press in on the volume control. And I have two menus to look at here. I have the system menu and I have the initial menu. That's the one we want, initial menu. Let's press in there. And here I can see my speaker and pre-out mode. This is the setting that we're after. We'll press enter there to enter into the speaker and pre-out mode. Right now this tells me that the rear speaker output is set up to full range and the RCA output, the one RCA output on this head unit, is set to subwoofer output. And that setting will give us a subwoofer control. That works fine. Here we have the rear speaker and the RCA is set to subwoofer output. That one will work fine. And here we have the rear speaker is set to full range and the RCA is also set to full range. So if you've chosen this rear, you won't have a subwoofer control built into the system. But we want to do a demonstration for the subwoofer control, so we want the rear speakers set up as full range and the RCA output set as subwoofer output. Once we've made those adjustments, we can press the source button and then from any source, press in on the volume control and scroll along here till we find the audio menu. Here's audio. We'll press enter and now scroll along until we find our subwoofer. And right now the subwoofer is switched off. We can touch in on the volume control to switch the subwoofer on and in its normal phase. Touch it again. The subwoofer is switched on and its reverse phase. Try those settings in your vehicle to see which sounds best to you. Touch it one more time and the subwoofer is switched off. For this demonstration, we want the subwoofer switched on and in its normal phase. Then we'll roll over to the next setting, which is subwoofer control. If you don't see a subwoofer control setting, go back and check the sub to make sure the subwoofer is switched on in the previous menu. We'll enter here. Here we can choose a crossover frequency anywhere from 50 up to about 200 hertz. So we'll choose a crossover frequency of 100 hertz here, press enter, and we can choose to boost or to cut that output for the subwoofer at that given frequency. And we can touch in on the volume control and make an adjustment to the slope of the crossover, either 12 or 24 decibels per octave. Once you've made the adjustments that sound best to you, we can roll over to we can go back and roll over to the next setting, which is our bass boost. Press enter here. We can add a little more bottom into the system if we want, up to a +6, or roll it back down to 0. Once you've made those adjustments, you can press the band button to escape.